Austin Simma saga, hashtag the sip. So he visited Ole Miss this weekend. I wasn't worried. Thought homeboy just wanted to go hang out with old huddy-tuddy Lane Kiffin Lane Train. Who wouldn't? I'd give a weekend for Lane Train any day of the week. Guy's an absolute legend. Still throwing it down. The guy's 55 years old, still slinging like nobody's business. I'd give him 3 days. But then started to get a little nervous. Some reports coming out that Florida might be dropping the ball here, boys. And I was like, I can't do that, Dave. Dave's over here. We're talking about it. I was like, my heart can't take it, okay? I've already been trying to fight off the demons and the little vultures after the non-hashtag Jubilee weekend. I can't do this, Dave. The show's going to shut down, right? So calm us, Dave. Give us some moments here because there's possible news that he's leaving Florida and going to Ole Miss. Now he's in Florida today. What the hell's going on, Dave? I'm looking at you, big guy. Got me stressing out. Don't make me bring the breaking news up and pass it over to you.
Yeah. So, long story short, obviously, with every recruitment, as I said at the beginning of the show, got to get the parents on board, right? There seems to be a split between mom and dad. Dad wants to go to Ole Miss. Have him go to Ole Miss. Mom wants him at Florida. So there's a misconundrum there. So he goes and visits Ole Miss, has a great time. Everybody's like, okay. And you go on the Ole Miss Rebels 24/7 boards or anywhere, and they're feeling really, really good. They say, oh, there could be a flip. And they're still confident that there could be a flip, which there could be. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. So then you hear news last night that Simmons is going to visit Florida again with mom, maybe dad too. I don't know. And now you're hearing it coming out that, yeah, he's here. And now, so you go and visit Ole Miss, you visit Florida. I've heard things from both sides. So like if you go to Ole Miss Rebels 24/7, now I looked earlier today to see if they had any updates, to see if they were saying, okay, well, it's not looking so good now, or if it's not, you don't hear anything. But then if you go to the Florida side of things, you go on some of the boards, they're like, okay, well, it's starting to look good for us now too. So now you're at a spot where like it's 50-50, you don't know. But from the Florida side of things, I've heard really good things too. I just can't go into detail. And I think there will be a decision Friday from
Could we get
everything
the suit
that I've
on,
heard.
Dave?
Well, I guess it would feel like a commitment considering he's still
No,
committed,
Dave, at
but
this
then you
point,
had all
bro,
the
like
drama.
we're swinging back. We're coming back to full circle. Like we're suiting up. I'm doing whatever you need me to do. Okay.
Hey, I'm posting my Billy video if it happens. So
I'm buying a ticket. I'm buying a ticket with Richard Branson's for Virgin Mobile flight to Moon if we pull this thing off again, back off, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So
as I said, there's a ray of hope, I guess, for Florida side, but there's also optimism on the Ole Miss side. So it's kind of one of those things where you just got to kind of wait and see. So
okay, so let me recap.
But he is in Florida right now, so that's good news.
The new so Dave's been very. Go ahead, Steve. You have a question? Or I'm recapping me.
I was at a recap. So
thank you. So
I'm recapping you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Ole Miss obviously this weekend. Then Dave texted me on Monday, very upset, visibly upset. I think he had to get a new phone because he broke it, just with concern.
You can tell that okay.
Oh yeah, with frustration. I can read Dave like a book. And then this morning, the guy was blowing me up at 5:35. The guy hadn't slept in 2 days, Dave, about this whole entire situation. He's like, things are looking up. I think there was all drama. We're reading Discord pages just like the rest of you guys are. People, who think they're insiders saying, hey, everything's okay. Like you said, mom and daddy drama, that seems to be what's happening here. Everything's good. Where everything's fine. And that seems to be like where we're at right now is that, hey, it was all kind of a quick little hoorah. No big deal. Maybe a little splash in the paint, a little splash in the sip. Little Lane just doing what Lane does. Just stirring the pot a little bit. You know what I mean? Nothing to worry here. Just a quick little tweet, little jab from Lane Kiffin. Playing games. Everyone relax. Everyone's going to be okay. Is that a good synopsis there, Dave?
Yeah, well, he needs to worry about recruiting defense more than offense. So. And
then Dave with the jab. Okay, we're right back to business, boys. Back to business.
Look, Dave's back in
we're
the
back
groove right now. Look, Joey Freshwater's going to Joey Freshwater, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Lane Kiffin's going to throw his line in the water. Right, so he's maybe just fishing for a quarterback. I wonder. Look, there's been so much talk with Simmons about potentially reclassifying and whether or not he would be eligible and all the different things that he's going to do with his recruitment. It feels a little awkward that all of a sudden another team would jump in this late with all of the back and forth on what this kid's going to do with his own eligibility, and then another team comes in and be like, well, hold on, and then like he's like, well, yeah, then I'll just go there. Sure. I know it feels awkward for Florida fans. It just feels like a little bit late to maybe be moving a chess piece here, but I hope it all falls apart for them.
A couple things we need to chat. 10-month celebration from Andrew Apple says, "Go Gators!" Lincoln and Mama, him and his mom have made it home. 10 months there, boys, of being part of this family to another level. Love
Andrew, what's up, baby?
Gage Manish is Waltez champ to UF. Love Waltez. We had him on the show. Great kid. I don't think he's coming to UF, but we'd love to see him there. IB Mac gifted One Sports membership to the family, and it got to Adrian. So, Adrian, welcome to the family, big guy. Good stuff there.
Finally, this guy.
Look at this.
You know what I
mean?
For a minute, Adrian. Can
I gift this membership to a Seminole? No, Harlan. We got enough of you assholes in here. Let's see here. You guys are talking some smack. Okay, good stuff. If I miss anything, sorry.
Let me get my final word in.
Sorry.
Get my final word.
Oh, shit.
So the reason why I was steamed is because I
So
heard,
you were mad.
Well,
so I was right.
Yeah, I was. Did you see the timeline?
This is good.
I was with him. I just didn't post it on my timeline. But yeah, I was pretty irritated, and I was talking to a lot of guys, and they talk about how Urban Meyer was like, when you visited Florida, you either committed, or if you did commit, you couldn't commit anywhere else, or you would have to commit, like you got to close it out, right? Like I was told Florida wasn't in the position to do that, and then on top of that, I was like, well, Florida isn't in a position to lose elite recruits against Ole Miss either. So that's my take on it.
There it is, boys.
If you're losing elite recruits or any recruits to Ole Miss and you're Florida, there's an issue there.
I agree. I think that there's something to be said there. The Heat are up by 2 against the Nuggets. I've got my dollar bills on the Heat tonight, so I'll keep moving.
But just real fast to back that up to what we just talked about with Nick and Will. I mean, look, it's a bidding war now, and it's free agency. Like, what's the benefit? Okay, so look, when Urban Meyer was around, he could tell you you're either going to shut down your recruitment or I'm going to find somebody who will replace you. Now, if a coach says that to a kid, he's going to give him the finger and tell him to good luck finding my replacement because I've got a ton of other bidders. You can't recruit the same way anymore. That might have worked then. It doesn't work now.
Sure.
Well, Miami's done it, and then Tennessee's starting to get up there too. So, and they haven't won anything in a long time.
It's not about winning, though. It's just a different approach to recruiting. Like the player has more ability and more authority in the recruiting process than they ever have in the history of high school.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.